Paete town is located at the northeastern part of Laguna. It was founded in 1580 by Spanish friars Juan de Plasencia and Diego de Oropesa of the Franciscan order. It is believed that the earliest inhabitants were of Malay lineage, coming all the way from Borneo in their swift and sturdy boats called balangay. Before the Spaniards came, Paete was said to be a village under Gat Lakampawid, a native ruler from the ancient village of Lihan, a relative to Gat Maitim, Gat Silayan, Gat Pakil, the rulers of old town of Pakil. These native rulers from old Lihan, now Malolos, Bulacan, was scattered along the suburbs of Kingdom of Tondo in the south. The Spanish friars had a tradition of naming towns they built in honor of saints, but Paete was an exception. Around 1580, Paete was established as a pueblo by the friars Juan de Plasencia and Diego Oropesa. Due to a death of the prior of Paete at that time, Paete was annexed to the convent of Lumban. Then in 1600, Paete became a barrio of Pangil. In 1602, Paete became an independent town having its own convent and was christened Pueblo de San Lorenzo in honor of the town's first patron saint. The pueblo consisted not only of Paete, but included the neighboring towns of Pakil, San Antonio, Longos, and Kalayaan. In 1671, Fray Francisco Soler reenacted the Via Crucis to resuscitate the people's waning faith. He carried the cross from the town proper up to Mount Pingas in Pakil. In 1676, when Pakil became a separate pueblo, the townspeople of Paete wanted crosses of their own, so they built and located them in Sitio Santa Ana and named the site Tatlong Cruz. Paete regained its full township status only in 1850. In 1899, American forces launched the Laguna campaign to subjugate the whole province and squelch insurrection. On the last leg of the campaign on April 12, an American battalion of 200 men invaded Paete but met strong resistance from an inexperienced force of less than 50 men. The town was subdued, but it proved to be a costly battle for the Americans. In 1942, Japanese troops occupied Paete. Local recognized guerrillas and ongoing troops under the Philippine Commonwealth Army units were sieges, and conflicts in Paete was fought against the Imperial Japanese military and local collaborators from 1942 to 1944 until retreat by the local guerrillas from the Japanese hands. In 1945, combined Filipino and American soldiers as well as recognized guerrillas liberated Paete and defeated the Japanese and ended in World War II. Paete is politically subdivided into 9 barangays: Ibaba del Sur, Paitoong, Ermita, Quinale, Ilaya del Sur, Ilaya del Norte, Bagong Bayan, Bangkusay, and Ibaba del Norte. The only Catholic church in the town is the St. James the Apostle Parish Church, which was first built in 1646. Paete is also a pilgrimage site. One of the primary products of the town's wood carving industry are carving of puon or images of saints. The town's patron saint is St. James the Apostle, also known as St. James the Great. Residents celebrate his feast day every 25th of July. The town has had a long reputation for its craftsmen highly skilled in wood carving and their embellishment. In 1887, Jose Rizal described Paete as a town where carpenters' shops were issuing images, even those more rudely carved. Even now, its inhabitants continued with their centuries-old tradition in carving and painting. Its statues, pulpits, murals, and bas-reliefs are found in churches, palaces, and museums all over the world, including the St. Peter's Basilica in Rome, St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York, the Mission Dolorosa in San Francisco, the San Cayetano Church in Mexico, the St. Joseph Shrine in Santa Cruz, California, various churches in the Philippines, and the Ayala Museum in Makati, Philippines. The official town hero is not a statesman nor a soldier, but a wood carver. The master artisan Mariano Madrianian, whose obra maestra, the lifelike Mater Dolorosa, was honored by the King of Spain with a prestigious award in Amsterdam in 1882. The town was proclaimed the carving capital of the Philippines on March 15, 2005. It is also believed that the modern yo-yo, which originated in the Philippines, was invented in Paete.